The next time you run down to the store for a loaf of bread, you may want to think twice about it. A new study from the CDC shows that processed bread products account for most of the sodium Americans eat. Salt is used in processed foods to keep foods from spoiling, and in a new study from the Centers for Disease Control shows which processed foods have the most salt. Only half of the packaged foods tested could be considered healthy by FDA standards. More than 50% of the sandwiches, soups, and cold cuts, and 70% of the processed pizza, pasta, and meat had more sodium than is considered healthy, meaning that they contain more than 600 milligrams of sodium for an entree and 480 milligrams for a single portion, like a slice of bread. Americans eat more bread and mostly processed bread products than nearly any other group in the world. The study shows 77% of Americans get most of their sodium from packaged foods and restaurants before they even reach for the salt shaker. As a result, Americans consume almost 3 times the amount of sodium they should. The specialists at Total Nutrition and Therapeutics always stress to their patients that you are what you eat.
T&T is Total Nutrition and Therapeutics, and with our logo we actually pulled the N being the biggest because I believe truly that nutrition is fundamentally important to health. We really work with people here truly in transforming their lives with first food. Food is always pivotally first, and then filling in the gaps with supplementation, and then doing some testing to help them understand where they are from a healthcare standpoint.
I think a lot of people just don't understand what the right foods are. And I think our clinic helps them and guides them to the right foods. If you're eating the wrong foods, your levels are going to be out of whack. Lori likes to do like a baseline in the beginning. And a lot of patients, they need that visual to see those numbers. And once they see those numbers and realize, oh my gosh, you know, I definitely need to change. Then after retesting, after eating the proper foods and following a plan, we retest them, and when those numbers come down, the patients are amazed just because they changed what they ate.
I've always thought that I was eating healthy. I would make choices the best I could, thinking that they were healthy, like honey wheat bread, and just doing certain things like whole wheat pasta, but not realizing that those things really aren't as healthy as people think. Things have changed, and the wheat back then is not the same as it is now. It's very hard to digest, and a lot of people have problems. So I started to experience symptoms like feeling fatigue, foggy-headed, and had a hard time making decisions, weight gain, acne, and I finally decided that I needed to fix this. I wanted to feel good. So I started to learn how to eat right, and I went through the proper testing, found out what deficiencies I had, and then I started to apply those, and it just turned my life around. As I started making those changes, my kids started watching me as well as my husband, and without telling them what to do, they learned by example.
Jamie, the health coach, it's amazing what she can do with the patients. The patients love her. The fact that she takes them on a grocery shopping experience, and the patients, when they come in, they're like, you're going to teach me how to shop? And it's just more than just shopping. It's going through the experience, going through the store, reading labels, giving the patient ideas on what they could be eating or using when they cook. So, I mean, there's times that she's over in the store for an hour and the patients will come back and they're like, oh my gosh, I learned so much.
The specialists at TNT are hosting a Detox, Not Retox seminar on Wednesday, May 13th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Town Place Suites in the Villages. The seminar will teach you how to detox daily with hands-on tutorials, recipes, demonstrations, and helpful tips. To register, call the number on the screen.
You'll find contact information for Total Nutrition and Therapeutics in the Villages under the Hidden Ingredients Story Link icon on our homepage, yourhometownhealth.com.